2020 has been an extraordinary year for everyone. This year has been such a great test for so many of us. So much has happened and so quickly that many of us are still in the state of shock of what's going on around the world. With the pandemic came a lot of things, from anxiety, depression, loss of jobs, loss of lives, and so many other things which can make anyone to lose hope. Many of us are thinking that it'll only get worse from here. Human beings have the tendency to immediately complain about the things which are happening to them. And very easily they forget about the blessings that they have and become ungrateful for the things that they possess. And Allah mentions this in the Quran, وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَظُلُومٌ كَفَّارٌ. And if we were able to count the blessings and the favors which Allah has bestowed upon us, we will never be able to count them. Indeed, man is greatly unjust and ungrateful. Islam teaches us that this life is a test, and a believer needs to be patient with every situation that he has, whether good or bad. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Strange is the condition of a believer, for there is good in every affair of his." And this is not in the case for anyone except in the case of the believer. That when anything good happens to him, he is thankful to Allah and there is good for him in it. And whenever calamity hits him, he is patient and there is good for him in it. This is an amazing lesson from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because it gives us a sense of optimism which no other worldview, especially the non-religious views like atheism, can give us. Knowing that we are not in control of all the variables that are around us in this world, and knowing that Allah is the only one in control, gives us this sense of liberation and emancipation. So no matter what happens to us in this life, whether we are happy or sad, we should always be grateful to Allah, because we know that He is the only one who can take away our pain and bestow His blessings upon us. Urwa ibn Zubair was one of the most famous tabi'i of his time. He was born in the time of the Caliphate of Umar radiallahu anh. He was always busy with the remembrance of Allah. He used to fast even during the most hottest days of Medina. It is said that he used to recite 1/4 of the Quran each day and used to repeat what he had read in the night prayers. Urwa was invited by the Khalifa of his time, and he accepted that invitation and he went with his eldest son Muhammad. While they were there, his son tried to mount the horse and he fell down and he died. Soon after the burial of his son, he developed a gangrene in his foot and his leg became swollen, and the gangrene started to spread throughout his leg. And the doctor said that the leg had to be removed in order for Urwa to survive. So they cut off his leg in order to save him. Imagine losing your son and then losing your leg soon after. But Urwa didn't show any ungratefulness towards his Lord. Upon returning to Medina, all the people gathered to greet him, upon which he said, "Don't be frightened of what you see. By Allah, Allah had bestowed upon me 4 sons, and He has taken away one and left me with 3. So for Him is the praise. He gave me 4 limbs, and He has taken away one and left me with 3. So for Him is the praise. By Allah, if He has taken a little from me, He has left much to remain with me. And if He has tested me once, He has forgiven me many times." Brothers and sisters, these are the examples by which we should be living our lives. And we should always be grateful no matter what happens to us. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us, whoever says, "Razitu billahi rabba, wa bil islam ad-dina, wa bi Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam an-nabiyya." Whoever says, "I am pleased with Allah as my Rabb, as my Lord, and I'm pleased with Islam as my religion, and I'm pleased with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as my Nabi," then Allah will be pleased with him on the day of resurrection, and he will be pleased with Allah on the day of resurrection. And this is what we want, because this life is temporary. It's going to go really, really quick. And we want Allah to forgive us and be pleased with us on the day of resurrection, and ultimately grant us the greatest reward. May Allah give us the ability to show patience and be grateful to Him all the time, and build a community which enjoins good and call each other for patience.